Hi there, hope you're all doing well. This week I delved into the assault on Malhadra, starting off with Hadrund from the Dwarf guilds. He was black and white zenithally primed, and I get started with cursed blue for his armor. Luckily the scheme in the artwork is actually quite close to my normal green army scheme, so he's still going to be able to lead my forces once this is done. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. You could also join Discord using the link in the description, where you can share anything you have been working on. Moving on to the mid-tone for the armor panels now, I grabbed Vallejo's blue-green and went over a good amount of the armor, just leaving that darker tone in the shadows and the recesses between the panels. Finishing off the armor now, I used a ray gun glow and added an edge highlight, focusing mainly around the top of the mini as that's where I want to draw the attention. Next up, I get all of the trim done with rusty gold. This deviates slightly from the artwork just so that it fits into my army scheme a little bit better. I want to base him on a Martian desert base, but then I realized there's no actual texture on the base that I've stuck him to. So I grabbed muddy ground and added this in so that it dries when I get towards the base. Now the base has been covered in mud, I get started on the fabric parts with Royal Cloak as the shadow colour. Pushing up the midtones on the parts now, I used Sword Hilt Burgundy and brought up all of the raised parts that would be getting hit by the light. To finish off these parts, I added a small highlight with glistening gums. I tried to keep this small as I don't want the parts to look pink, but in saying that I did add a lot of fairly textured detail on the back of the cloak with this colour. The bag and bits of clothing around his head now get a quick base coat with Fury Green. Adding a highlight to these parts, I used Kobold Grey. Moving on to his skin now, I start off with a base coat of Barbarian Brawn. To bring up the muscles and the facial features, I added a highlight using Dwarven skin. For the base and the cigar, I start off with a base coat of Hull Red. While I wait for the base to dry, I grabbed gunmetal and went over the remaining metal parts. Now that the base has dried, I used rust orange to dry brush over the raised parts of the texture, along with giving his facial hair a once over. Starting off the washes, I use a dark tone wash over the green and silver parts. The last wash is a flesh wash over the base and the skin. I do put this very thick over the base as I want to get that variation, and this is how I have my other armies. And that will be it for Hadrund. I do like the teal armor. I might have to use this somewhere else on a different army. But for now, Hadrund is good enough for the tabletop and can join my Green Dwarf Guild's army. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. You could also join Discord using the link in the description, where you can share anything you have been working on. As always, if you want a closer look at this mini, check out my Instagram page. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Most importantly though, be kind to each other.